Ben Johnson got one first place vote for Coach of the Year. What were your thoughts on that?
Um, I feel like we ran out of gas at the end,
Yeah.
and the Patriots and Mike Vrabel definitely pulled away. So I think you could say like, "Oh, motherfuckers hating," but if I'm voting, I probably would vote Mike Vrabel. Um, just where the records ended up finishing.
Yeah, so this was the final voting. So Mike Vrabel got 19 votes, Liam Cohen got 16, Mike McDonald got 8, Kyle Shanahan got 6, and then Ben Johnson got 1.
Damn. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think, yeah, for sure. Because I think the Jags put people on notice. They won some bigger games than we did at this point because all our games was fucking Mother
Fluky.
McCaskey coming down, sprinkling
Yeah.
sprinkling some ashes on the field.
Yeah, I would have given it to Mike McDonald, Mike Vrabel. Kyle Shanahan did a great job. I think the Bears roster was ready to contend. It just needed a better coach. Um, so there were other coaches that, had to turn things around a little more. But so yeah, Ben Johnson, I'm not going to take it to the heart that he only got one vote. I think he should have gotten more, but maybe next year. I know the designer dude was like, "Oh, he finna go on a Derrick Rose run. He finna go crazy this next season, him and Caleb, and he'll win Coach of the Year next season." But it'd be hard to take a step further than what we did this season, though. I feel like.
I don't think so. I think the first and obvious one would be to win more majority of your games decisively as opposed to Hail Marys at the end. And that really comes down to defense. You know what I'm saying? You get up, your defense gets scored on immediately after, you got to go back and win the game. That was a lot of why we were in those close games at the end. So if we have a defense just as qualified as our offense and Caleb continues to take the next step, then we should be the best team in the NFC.
Oh, yeah. I think we can get there with Seattle, and I think that's the goal. Just improve this defense, and yeah, just hopefully with our staff, getting leading into that point, the Bears have had a lot of turnaround. Declan Doyle is now the OC for the Ravens. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great spot for him. I'm really proud of him, and I'm happy that Ben Johnson in year one thing, it's one thing to coach well, it's one thing to call plays well, it's another thing to hire talent well. So in your first year as a head coach, you knocked it out of the park at defense coordinator. You clearly knocked it out of the park in terms of the rest of your staff. The nature, the fruits of that nature are coming, which is your tree is gonna get plucked. Like, nigga, if you got an apple tree and the apple's fire, nigga, they gonna be gone, ain't they?
Yeah, them Granny Smith ones.
As long as the tree is there, it's gonna produce the fruit. So I'm happy that he has a keen eye in terms of talent. For a coaching perspective, it's one thing to evaluate players; it's a entirely different thing to evaluate the coaching staff you want to build. And we're going to be one of the hottest trees in the NFL in 3 years
I think so too. Everybody's gonna want to coach on our staff, so
on
because
both
they
sides of the ball.
yeah, so they can get that next opportunity. See what Sean McVay's doing, but Ben Johnson, he put together like a Hall of Fame coaching staff, like that kind of great coaching staff year one. Bieniemy's now OC. Al Harris had many defensive coordinator opportunities. He's staying with us though, thankfully. But yeah, Declan Doyle. Everybody wanted to interview Declan Doyle, and the Eagles, the Ravens, and I think the Ravens is a really good spot for him. He's going to be able to coach Lamar. Think about it. Ben Johnson creativity with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. Cause Ben Johnson and everybody that talks about Declan Doyle say he's the next Ben Johnson, basically. He's just, they're cut from the same cloth.
I love it. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he could do with Lamar because, wait, who did Baltimore hire?
Jesse Minter, the charge. So They went the
The
like
fuck?
they went the Mike McDonald route. Like they hired a like so they missed on Mike McDonald. They didn't, retain him and try to keep him as their head coach and fire John Harbaugh. They hired like somebody that's cut from the same cloth as him, basically. So with the Chargers defense, their defense was great the last 2 years that he's coached. They were when Michigan won the championship, he was the defensive coordinator that year. And he's been him and Mike McDonald run the same defense. So it's kind of like let's just plug. And he was a coach for the Ravens, assistant coach for a couple years too. So he knows the organization. They went that route. He seems like a smart guy. He's hit it out the park with hires too. He's putting together a really good staff. Declan Doyle was a great hire too.
Young staff too. Yeah, Declan Doyle is definitely a good hire. I think that's gonna be something fun to watch as they get younger as a staff and
Yeah.
Lamar gets older in his career.
Declan Doyle and Lamar are the same age. Crazy.
For
But
real?
yeah, they're both 29.
Damn.
They're the same age as you, bro.
Bro, I'm 30.
Just 1 year older, bro. They
Damn,
finna
I
call
should have coached in the league.
get you a running back coach job.
Give
Stand
me
that
a
foot in the
whistle.
ground. um, what do you think about Bieniemy and the Chiefs? You think he's gonna bring them back to their glory days?
I was really happy with what he was able to do with the running backs we had, especially Swift taking the next step
Manan
as
got you,
a
yeah.
downhill runner. Monangai definitely was entertaining to watch as well. So nah, I think he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? He had an interesting last couple years. So glad he was able to just kind of go right back home.
Yeah,
Like nigga, you you're in the same spot you was 5 years ago, but you did a hell of bouncing around.
yeah. It kind of sucks. Him and Brian Flores, they probably not going to get an opportunity. But Andy Reid, I think Bieniemy was saying like, yeah, when Andy Reid calls, I answer that shit. Basically, I mean, why not go back to what you know? If you're gonna, stay in that same spot, why not, win a chip as an OC, continue building that resume and that rapport. I think he's going to do a great job. Matt Nagy, I think he really kind of handicapped the offense a little bit. The offense regressed with him calling plays and, not calling plays, but having, duties with the offense. I think Bieniemy's that guy, and he's going to bring that offense back. Him and Reed together is a nasty duo. Sad to see him go, but we got Ben Johnson. We got the elite play caller. The OC we did hire, I've seen people talk about him. It's Press Taylor, former pass game coordinator, no, former OC for the Jags. He's apparently the reason why Doug Peterson got fired with the Jags, I guess. That's what people were saying. But we don't need him to call plays. We just need a guy with experience.
Doug Peterson is the reason Doug Peterson got fired. What the fuck? How you gonna blame his OC? He's an offensive minded head coach.
Yeah, that's what people were saying.
Like, did Doug Peterson call plays?
I think that rotated. I think at a point Doug Peterson gave the duties to Press Taylor, and he's Zach Taylor's brother, the head coach for the Bengals. So,
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
but this is a guy with experience as an OC.
What did he do last year?
I think he was with the Jags as a pass game coordinator. He was somewhere.
Oh, they kept him?
Let me see. I saved what his roles were over the years. Last year, he was an offense coordinator with the Jags in 2024. I think he took the year off. Oh, actually, he was our pass game coordinator, so we just elevated him up.
That's what you do when you got a good culture. You hire from within. You promote from within. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe Antoine Randall probably wouldn't have been OC, but I'm glad. Like it's nice that we still kept. I feel like the right guys intact. Antoine Randall is the perfect coach for our receivers. He's going to help them develop. I think that's an area we need a coach like that. And then Al Harris is going to get another season with Tyree Stevenson with the young corners we have. Him to have a full year with Kyler and Jalen's going to be huge. Excited about that. You hyped that the Bears were able to keep Al Harris? He got a lot of defensive coordinator interviews.
Yeah, I was nervous. I figured he would be a no brainer to go somewhere.
Especially the Steelers with Mike McCarthy, a guy he's familiar with. The Packers even interviewed him, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like he was going to be the first one gone, even before Declan Doyle. So I'm just happy we got him retained. And yeah, that brings up the question like, what do you think we do at corner?
I'd bring back Kevin Byard. I don't know about Nashawn Wright.
Do
I don't
we have
know.
to get better at that position though?
I don't think so. I think that's a position we could, return the same guys back. Tyreek Stevenson, I still have faith in him. Develop him a little more. Jalen Johnson is all pro corner when he's healthy. That's we just need to get him healthy this offseason. Kyler Gordon, in the game against the Rams, he kind of locked down Puka. He kind of like his not like him guarding him, but like in the zone schemes, like that kind of limited Puka's success. Like there was a lot of times where like Puka wasn't as effective against us because of that. Like we did a great job defensively. Matthew Stafford struggled against us, so I think Kyler Gordon is a phenomenal player. So I don't think we should add any more resources. I know we're getting Za Frazier back. Excited to see his growth and development. Really good traits. I think he's like 6'4" too. Ball hawking corner, and Terrell Smith back too. So I think we'll be fine at those positions. Maybe safety if we want to move on from Brisker.
Yeah, Brisker's got to go. I
I
think
think
that's a
that's
key area. We're gonna have to upgrade the position regardless, because Byard's, you know what?
older. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We can't keep him much longer after next year, if we're being honest.
hmm Um. So one question I did have for you though, Ian Cunningham going to the Falcons. You think will take a big hit on the Bears, like front office running things? Will Ryan Poles regress because of this?
No, because I think you saw a clear change when Ben Johnson got there, and I feel like he had a little bit more say in player personnel. I feel like, but I could be wrong. But at the same time, I think we're penalized because we're not getting those picks, right?
Yeah,
Because they changed the title.
that shit's that's stupid because
That's stupid.
he's
That's the
running
crazy.
things. Ian Cunningham, Matt Ryan said in an interview, it's Ian Cunningham's show. He's going to be running things like, and we don't get picks for it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. So what I was exactly thinking too. So we kind of got hold on that. I think there should be an investigation on that shit. But I'm excited for Ian Cunningham. I think he'll do a great job with the Falcons. Seems like things are in a good place. He's gonna have to figure out the quarterback position with Penix and Kirk Cousins. I think he's set to be released, but I think they got the right people in the building now. They got to figure out that James Pierce Jr. situation too. I don't know if you heard about that, but
He got locked
five
up. What'd he do?
something him and his girlfriend were getting in a fight and he rammed his Lamborghini into her car multiple times so she wouldn't go to the police station. And then he rammed his car into a police car. Some nuts shit. And I wanted the Bears to take him, but there was like character issues, concerns on him. And I saw somebody say that knew him in high school. They were like, he had the worst anger issues of anybody I've ever met.
Clearly. Clearly. Because he crashed out for at least long enough to like regain his consciousness. I feel like if you sit in red that long, you would crash that. You like a permanent crash out.
Other than that, I think Ian Cunningham's going to do a great job with Atlanta. He's going to cook up a great situation. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.